So it looks like we have some news out of Russia this morning at Domodedovo airport was the site of a terrorist blast when people were getting off their airplanes. So let's take a look at the clip.
There's been a blast at Moscow's Domodedovo airport in the International Arrivals Hall, where passengers collect their luggage. There are reports of at least 10 people having died and around 20 others are injured. And now we can speak to RT's Irina Golushko, who can bring us up to date now on the very, very latest details. Irina, can you just bring us up to date? What is going on? What's happened at the airport as far as we know?
Well, Rory, at this point, we know that the blast has occurred at 4:32 p.m. this afternoon. The explosion happened in the arrivals hall, like you said. At this point, the investigators, which are working at the scene, of course, right now as we speak, are saying that the origin of the blast is somewhere in the luggage compartment of the airport. However, that information is yet to be confirmed precisely. Like you said, at least 10 people have been killed, 20 at least are injured. But of course, unfortunately, the authorities are expecting the numbers to rise. They do not know the exact number of casualties at this point. People, of course, are being evacuated from Domodedovo Airport, which is the biggest and busiest airport in the Russian capital. We also know that all of the employees of the airport, everybody working at the terminal, have been told to go home. So, of course, at this point, the police and the authorities of the airport have a huge amount of work laid out before them. Not only have they have to figure out what was this explosion. There are some reports, initial reports, saying that this was a suicide bomber attack. However, that is yet to be confirmed. We do not know whether this has been confirmed as a terrorist act as of yet. However, they're not ruling out that possibility. Of course, they also have to cordon off the area. They have to warn people, passengers arriving, passengers departing, that the airport is closed for them. So there's an enormous amount of work, like I said, which is yet to be done.
So before you rush to any conclusions that it was some conspiracy, you know, the whole thing was a conspiracy in the first place. The setting up of this war that Russia has in Chechnya, perhaps just for the sole purpose that they can use this terrorist threat, constant terrorist threat, to enact legislation, one, perhaps to even bring down the system faster. If that's the way that these guys are really, really, really thinking at the very top, you know, then maybe this whole thing, this whole end game of, you know, America having this constant terrorist threat, Russia having this constant terrorist threat, maybe it's to push, force the hand of the world, to kind of force a situation where, you know, society just reaches such an extent that the tribulation happens. You know, the tribulation described in the Bible happens where just pandemonium is released, and either it becomes some new world order, chaotic death nightmare situation, some dystopia, or it becomes a utopia, and the violent people kill themselves off, and who's left to run the planet are, you know, the people who are meant to. Perhaps that's what happens, or maybe it's gonna split into two dimensions. You know, who the hell knows? But I'm reminded of a George Orwell quote where it talks about the need for an endless war in this new world order system. And you know, the type of threat that is generated from things like Russia's interfering in Chechnya and America's interfering in Iraq, they give you exactly that. They give you a perfect, endless war that you can use to build up, you know, policies which go against the personal liberties of your people, as we've seen happen with the Patriot Act and things like that in America. So either way, this is pushing us gradually closer and closer into a decision to be forced. The world just can't go on like this. It's really amazing how many killings and shootings and stuff that there are. There was 2 shootings in America yesterday where cops were shot, and now here 31 people die in a terrorist attack in Russia. You know, my heart goes out to the people, the families who were affected, And why do these asshole terrorists have to keep using friggin' airplanes? You know, I'm already scared enough to fly on these goddamn big clunky metal fucking piece of shits, and now they're freaking making me even more terrified of planes. Thank you, terrorists.